Just a quick recap on what we discussed yesterday. Yesterday, we discussed what is data analytics and why data analytics. Data analytics is nothing but analyzing or exploring the data. Nowadays, the volume of data is very huge. Hence, we explore the huge volume of complex data. So why do I need to explore the data? Why should I explore data? Why should I analyze the data? I wanted to discover any trends, right? If in case of any trends, or in case of any patterns, or any custom. So when you do exploration data, when you explore the data, you might tend to get to know about your customer behavior, and you will get to know the market preferences to make smarter decisions, right? So what is the trending apparel now, right? Which age group, right? Again, based on the age, let's say person is between 20 to 25, his purchase behavior is different, right? You might tend to buy all the trendy clothes. Okay, and again, the like I said, right, the pregnant woman, she tend to buy all the clothes, right, as every month, right? 2 months, every once in 2 months or 3 months, she may put on weight, and again, the size of the clothes will increase. She need to keep buy it. Okay, and again, the mobile preferences, right? Which age group prefer which brand mobile, which income group people prefer which brand of mobile phone, all the things. You'll tend to know that. If you know well ahead, if you do analysis, when you do the analysis, you will get to know well ahead, okay, which brand are we selling more in which location? Which product are we not selling well in which location? For example, product A, you are selling well in north region. The same product A, you are not selling south region. What you do is, instead of keeping the product A in your south region, you can move all the product A to the north region. Probably you can keep less amount of inventory for the product in the south region. Not instead of moving everything, right? You can keep little or small quantity of product A in the south region. Still people in the south region, they may tend to buy product A. Let's assume that way, okay? But if you know well ahead, by doing the analysis, you can plan very well. Otherwise, what will happen is you kept all the product A, let's say 50% of the product in north region, 50% of product in south region. And if you when you do the analysis, you will get to know where the demand is more for product A, where it is moving fast. South region, you kept 50%, north region, you kept 50% product A. But product A in the south region, we are selling only 5 to 10%. The remaining 40%, it is lying idle. Whereas in the north region, product A, they are running out of stock. Customers, they walk into a store, but you don't have stock. But whereas in south region, it is lying idle. You can redistribute the inventory or warehouse items when you do analysis at the right time, right? Making the right time, so making the right analysis or making the analysis at the right time and taking the course correction then and there, you can boost your revenue, right? So that is what you can do. So this is one of the simple examples. And again, in the supply chain and finance, everywhere, it plays an important role. How much money should I keep in reserve? For example, you're a finance manager. How much money should I keep in reserve to operate my business? Okay, how much cash flow should I have to operate or to run my day-to-day show? Okay. In the case of manufacturing unit, right? So you may have to buy raw materials. You may have to pay labor salary on a daily basis, right? So how much cash flow you should have on a day-to-day basis, and how much cash you should have it in reserve in something goes. And for example, you are offering the products, you are selling the products in on a credit basis. Okay. Let's say you are a manufacturer and you have different dealers with you. Okay. So you are, you are shipping the products to each dealer's shop. They don't pay the money instantly, right? How many of you are aware of this? Let's say you are a TV manufacturer. What you do is ship the TV to various dealers. What they do is they are supposed to sell their TVs. they have a credit period. So they don't have to, as soon as a manufacturer, you send the TV to your dealer, they don't have to pay the money instantly. 30 days credit period will be there. Within that credit period, right? So they can sell the TVs, but they have to pay, like, before the on or before 30 days. Okay. They're supposed to be on or before 30 days. Okay. So that is the kind of thing. But here, as a manufacturer, let's say if they don't make the payment on time, you will run out of money, right? You cannot run your day-to-day show. So you park some money in your reserve to manage this kind of risk. It's a risk, right? If the customers don't make the payment, your customer says as a manufacturing company, the dealer or stockist, right? Someone, if they don't make the payment on time, you will not be able to run the show on it. You will not be able to run the day-to-day show. Hence, you need to have some money in your reserve. Okay. So only when you do the analysis, right, how much outstanding amount that I need to get it from my clients or dealers or stockists, right? So when you take an action then and there, so what you can do is you can mitigate the risk, right? You don't have to go for a loan, right? Bank loan, you don't have to go for it. Similarly, when it comes to the bank loan, right? So just 3 days before your due date, in the case of credit card or loan, right? So they will send you the message proactively. Okay, your loan due date is on so and so day. Make sure that you have sufficient balance in your account. Okay. So by doing the analysis, you will get to know, where you are going correctly, where you are going wrong. Okay, where you need to cut down the cost, everything. This is what we discussed with various examples. Okay, today what we will do is and also we discussed about business intelligence. What is business intelligence? Business is nothing but set of processes, tools and technologies and the architecture using which we transform our raw data into insights. What do you mean by raw data, guys? Can someone tell me what do you mean by raw data? Anybody give me some, what is your understanding about raw data? Raw data is something like you cannot use it directly to create the report. Let's say your manager wants to know what is the net revenue and what is the markdown price and what is the net margin, gross margin, profitability, everything, right? The profitability percentage, all the things he wants to know. These uh, data, you cannot get it directly from your available data. Let's say you have the transaction data that is available, what orders we received, how many orders we executed, all the informations are there. But net margin, right, after tax deduction, what is my net revenue? Okay, you need to, you need to apply some formula. You need to create new columns. See, for example, in your data set, let's say you have 45 columns are there. 45 columns are there in your, let's say in your Excel sheet. For simplicity's sake, let's take Excel. You have the order number and order date and so on, right? You have so many things and you have the gross sales is available and then you have the tax, taxable amount is there and that's all, right? So he wants to see the net sales or net revenue and then net margin, okay, and then gross margin. These columns are not available. So these columns you need to create it based on the formula. For example, you need to subtract the sales and discount from your gross sales. You need to subtract this from your gross sales to get the net sales. Let's say it that way, okay? So you need to apply this formula to create a new column. This is called derived column. You are deriving this column based on the existing data or using some formulas. Like in bank, right? You would how much money. Let's say your customer has defaulted. Last 2 months, he did not make payment for credit card. Or, he made the payment, he made only minimum payment amount, right? So uh, the entire amount, he did not make the payment. So how much money, how you will calculate the tax, right? Including tax, what is the next outstanding amount, right? You will calculate the similar way, right? So the net sales and net margin, everything needs to be calculated, right? So, this is your raw data because you don't have all the information that are required to create your report. Okay. So you need to convert this raw data into more meaningful data. And also this data has some duplicate records, many issues are there. You need to pre-process this data, and also you need to realize some new columns. Only then this data is useful in terms of creating the report. Right? So as part of business intelligence, what we are doing is we are following some processes, whether I need to pick up the data on a daily basis from all the source systems, or what data I need to pick up on a daily basis, which data should I pick up on a weekly basis, all the things. You come up with your process, and then you do use which tool, all the things, right? You define it. Once you define the tools, and once you decide on the architecture, then you are all set to go ahead and create the reports. Okay. So next one is the Power BI architecture.